Okay guys, here I am. No purpose, nothing, Tim. That's me. Prefer it that way, actually. Just trying to be valuable. Everybody's been asking about the Wigle app and how to use it, so I'm going to try to give you a quick instructional video. The Wigle app, let me give you the basics first. The Wigle app, you have to download. It's got to be Android. Generally, you have to have a pretty decent scanner on it. It depends on the value of your phone. I mean, if it's a cheap phone, you're going to still get a scan, but it just won't be as good as like a Samsung or something like that. And yeah, I already know, man, those things are pretty hard to get because they're kind of expensive. But you need an Android, all right? When you get the Wigle app, now it's important that you also understand that there's a Wigle website, okay? Now, with the Wigle website, you want to go and you want to set up your account on Wigle.com. And you're going to have to do that from a PC or a laptop of sorts. You can't really do it with your phone. And there's some reasoning behind that, but it's also best that when you upload the files that you do from your scans, you have to use a PC or a laptop to get to them. Because they're usually CSV files. They're easy to read from online. Your browser can pick them up. And then you can do your research on your scans and do your searches. You can actually type in the MAC address of the devices that you scanned, or a device, put a longitude and put a search out for it based on the geolocation. And it'll actually search the entire world database to see if anybody else has scanned that same device. Now, you can also increase your longitude. You can make it wider. Your latitude, it all can change. These are things you're just going to have to go into the website and you figure out. They're not really that complicated. You just spend a little time and get yourself acclimated and make sure you set up an account. And the reason you want to set that account up is because when you get your Wigle app, you're going to go to the settings. Now, when you look at the settings, okay, it'll be on a menu. I'm going to try to show you the Wigle app and see if you can even see it. Well, there's trees there. It's kind of really bad. Okay, we're getting a terrible reflection. I don't know if you can see that, all right? This is what the app looks like. This is the scans it's picking up right now. They'll register. What you do is when you go into the Wigle app, just look at the left-hand side. You'll see a button of lines. And what you want to do is you want to press it, and then it'll open up with the things that you want to see. You want to go to your settings, make sure that you turn on your Bluetooth scan, make sure that all your scans are set up to be about 3 seconds apart. All the information is right there. It's very self-explanatory. It's not as hard as it may seem. Now, when you're running the app, okay, you're going to want to go into your settings and you want to be able to upload all of your files, any file that you have, to your connection at wigle.net, okay, wigle.net is where you're going to have your account. So you already have a password and you already have a username set up. You just put that into your settings for your uploading, and then it will automatically, continuously upload to your account. And you can do it when you do it, especially because what will happen is weird things. Imagine that, right? That will interfere with your upload or something. And sometimes what you want to do is if you get a good scan and got a really good photo of in that scan, so that what you do is you can now look at that photo, which is time-stamped and also has metadata of location. Then you can turn around and look at your device scanning, and you can actually go online and look at your device scanning, or you can just look at your devices as you're down at your phone. It takes a little time to figure that out. You have to understand that the MAC address is basically a machine access code, which is an identifying number that is assigned to every single device. I think it was Bluetooth, whatever it is. Now, these guys have gotten a little bit better at what they're doing, probably because I've been telling you guys about it, and I don't care. None of that bothers me, man. I just do it on a basis. I get to still feel and understand what's going on around me, and so do you. But this can help you build your evidence case. If you're really trying to build evidence, what you want to do is you match the pictures up with the device scans, of which all are location and time stamped. Okay, and you can start turning around and you can feel the scans, you can watch the scans, and then you know what vehicle to look for again. Now, something that's important for you to understand is that when you're being stalked, okay, the teams are not as big as what you think they are. Right? It's an illusion. And here's one way that they do that, is you'll start to see them, and when you see them, they'll be riding in pairs. It kind of looks like a man-woman team. real good, or a couple of guys. They could be roughneck guys. They could be, you know, the military-looking guys, you know, that have tattoos and big beards. And what happens is generally you'll see the truck drivers will be on a single basis. And the reason the truck drivers are on a single basis is because they pull a trailer at times, and that trailer usually contains one of their other vehicles. And what they'll do is they'll build a switch area. All right, in that switch area, they'll park their extra vehicles. And when they get to riding around, they'll go by you a few times, let you see these vehicles, and then all of a sudden they'll change. Or they'll drop one off of the pair and give them a vehicle. And they'll continuously switch vehicles, so it looks like there's a lot more of them than there actually are. Now, if you really want to get tricky, which is kind of mean, but I have done it, all right, find the switch area. They'll be around. You'll notice it. You'll start to figure it out. And they'll be stacked up. There'll be like 4 or 5 of them will be parked there. All right? And I've done mean things too. I don't do this stuff anymore. I refuse to do it because it's harmful. And it's exactly what they've been looking for. And I realized that, so I stop it. But I went around and put super glue on all their on their doors one time. You never get a key lock in there ever again. Yeah, I got really pissed off about that. Yeah, it was a bad thing. And they gave their punishment out. But it doesn't matter. Get your scan together. And what you do is with your scans, you take your pictures. All right? And you got to load that up. And it's just important to make sure you look at your settings. Get used to it. Run it a few times. Have it turn on all the time. You can set it so that every time you turn your phone on, it will automatically turn on for you. Or you can set it so that you just have to set it on. You just have to remember every time you turn that phone on, that scan's going to start going out. It's one of the first things that's going to happen with your phone, so it'll activate a lot of activity in your phone. So when you're like waiting for a phone call or looking for a text message or something like that, just remember your Wi-Fi's got to get served up first. You know, and make sure that when you turn your app on, that you got your Wi-Fi on and your Bluetooth, so that you can scan and pick up the Bluetooth signals. All right. Now this stuff works, plain and simple, guys. I've destroyed an entire team, and the next day they had to replace them. That was one time. That's actually because I combined all of this, what I'm talking about, along with a very expensive counter surveillance drone that I used to have in my counter surveillance work that I used to do, but I got destroyed. And just like all the rest of you are hurting too, and I understand. I had the drone still, but you know, I've gotten rid of all that stuff. I could capture these guys at any time. I mean, I've trapped 2 of them before in the woods, and just talked to them. That's the way it is, and they don't even know. And that's how I come and talk to you about it. Sometimes they don't even really know what they're doing. They're just taking a paycheck and getting it from a private company. You know, the homeless people you meet, and some of those people that are a little bit what you consider to be lower life, they pay those guys with gift cards and stuff. I mean, they're running in and doing stuff they have no idea, and that's why you can't pull the hate down on them. You know, it's tough to understand that because the evil is happening to you. But this way, look, take this, scan this, learn how to use it. Don't get upset. Don't get frustrated. Understand it's doing a job for you. And it doesn't really take that much study. It's not that hard. And if you have any questions, hey man, I'm open. You know, send me a shot. Lab Rat Breakout. Lab Rat Breakout. That's me at protonmail.com. And today is a happy Labor Day to all of us who are certainly laboring. I got nothing but love and respect for every one of you. Stay soldiering, man. It's the only way you can be. And the best way for any of us to be is to learn how to work together while still being apart, because it's our own nature. It's individualism. But you got to get the spirit, man. And we hold a team together. All we need is God. Trust me. He will take care of everything. Trust me. All right. I love you guys. Take care, man.